Hi, welcome back. Season 1 clouds. This is, we're working on episode 2. This is going to be a 1-inch brush cloud. Hello, welcome back. Episode 2, we're going to do 1-inch brush, but we're going to use the 2-inch brush to put on the background color real quick. We're just going to hop into that Phthalo Blue, just a nice simple color for you. To just kind of get the technique down, not necessarily doing all the same colors. Working from the top down, and the light is still going to be coming from the left here, so. Gotta hold on to this thing here. Going to kind of make this one a little bit rougher with the brush, just kind of get in there and twist it around and like Diane does. Just growling in there. I'm working down pretty much to the bottom. Again, this is just our horizon line here because we're just working on skies and clouds here. And I'm going to leave it right like that. Come over here and grab a little bit of crimson, just a touch, and then go into this gray mixture. This gray mixture is even parts Alizarin Crimson and Phthalo Green. So it's a nice little gray. I just wanted a little bit more on the red side. I'm just going to kind of tap it into the brush here. And I'm going to work that in here, just on the bottom, just kind of real light, to get kind of this hint of purple down here. It's going to be kind of like a real big storm cloud. And just blend it up. If this were your horizon, you know, you'd use just kind of blend out the bottom and make it a little lighter here. But it'll look like that when we're all done here. Now we're gonna hop into the 2-inch brush. Grab some white, 1-inch brush. Grab your white, and we're pulling the paint down into it. You wanna get that big roll of paint on the top. And then we'll hop over and grab some gray. A little darker. That's about right. I wanted a little bit more red. That looks pretty good to me. I changed my mind. You're allowed to do that. A little darker. And we're gonna work in layers here, starting with kind of what's the furthest section back, if you will, but just a few layers to make it nice and easy for you. And taking the paint up on the top side, put that in kind of on a corner and make circles with it. And move those circles around. Just kind of getting these brush strokes in there. Here's the 2-inch. And just blend out the bottom here. You want to use a clean brush. I've got a few brushes going over here, so I'm just rotating them around. But if you have a clean one, that'll work best. We're just going to brush out the extra paint kind of and move it down. Twirling the brush in circles. Just blending out the bottom. It's really all you're doing. It's not too much to it, but sometimes it takes a little bit of practice. But you're just going to use a few of the bristles and just twirl them around. You know, there's not that many touching. Lifting it up and blend that out a little bit. We're gonna highlight this cloud here. I've got a clean 1-inch brush. You'll probably just need 2, one for the under and one for the top. Here's another one. And this was a mix I had going before. This is white with a tiny bit of bright red. And this is a real thick white. a little bright red. I'll add a little more just so it shows up. We're loading this, dragging it through the paint just like we did before. And we're going to take that paint and put it to the top. And touching on these top corners, we're just going to put in some highlights where you think they'll be. And try not to keep doing the same stroke, the same circle, if you will. Just mix it up a little bit. Twist it around, move it a little. Try and vary it up a little bit. Just going to wipe off a little bit of this blue I picked up and go right back into the highlight color. Finish off over here. Nice. Blender brush. Lift that up. We're going to do this a lot in clouds. Lifting it up, just softly, barely touch it. The more you practice, the better you get. And then already there, you can see a nice line of, well, clouds, so to speak. Let's do it again. Take that dark colored brush, the 1-inch brush you had going, drag it through this darker whitish gray color we've got going on over here. I'm gonna work that in a new layer here. Needs to be a little bit darker still so it'll show up. Working in those circles, just really get excited and put these in however you want. Just working in this next layer here. Drag out some of the bottoms and get rid of some of that extra paint just by moving it around and really softening it up. It'll just add that extra dimension into your clouds later. Not too much. Lift. Soften it. Highlight. I'm getting a little bit of dirty white over here. So I'm just going to add a little bit more red and we'll just see what happens. We're working on the tops here again as our light's coming in from the left. We'll just highlight and dance around some of this color that we have on the top of our brush. And it'll show up more than you think. Don't get too upset if it doesn't look like it's popping off, because it definitely will. Sometimes I give the brush a little bit of a push there. You can see that action with the paint. Oh, I'm gonna call that okay for now. Do some circles. Lift. Soften. Cool, huh? We'll do one more little kind of layer in there just to show you what we can do. Maybe there's a little bit of sky popping through there. Who knows? We could throw this one up, kind of dance it in. And then we'll just blend out the bottom here. As you can see, I'm working in circles. Sometimes I move around a little bit, but we're really just working in circles. Again, just getting that top corner of the brush. Really pushing just that top corner really in there. That's all we need. Well, all we really need. Lift that up one more time. Oh, we still have to do the highlight. Soften it. Highlight brush. take that into our white, dragging it in. Actually gonna pile it back up. Sometimes it just doesn't work the same, so get a new pile here and you'll really be able to drag it into the brush a little bit better there. Get it loaded in. And you really want to highlight these in here. Light coming from the left side again. And just think where the light's going to hit. Put it in. It's up to you. You can always change it or try again. We'll blend this out a little again. Little circles, twirling it up, moving it around. There's wind and all that's happening in there. Lift and blend it out. There you go. 1-inch brush, real fluffy clouds, kind of like the storm is rolling in there. That's it. And we just finished out our episode 2 of Clouds with the 1-inch brush. Just wanted to thank everyone for joining me today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and head over to my channel if you want to see the full video. Stay tuned next week for episode 3.